The signal begins with static, not the loud kind, soft, like breath on glass. A thin line of sound crawls across the dark. Someone whispers through the noise. Ledger, nightingale, and then it's gone. Silence holds its breath. Secrets don't just hide in the dark. They live there, and the people who own them. Sometimes they're more dangerous than the secrets themselves. This is the story of Victor Hale, the man they called the Keeper of Shadows, because he didn't just hold other people's sins, he owned them. When he died in custody, the official line was suicide. But if that was true, why were the cameras pulled? Why were the guards elsewhere? Why did the rumor mill say he was about to talk? One journalist, Lena Voss, followed the trail those questions left behind. Tonight, we pull every thread, splice every transmission, and listen for the truth inside the noise. This is the man who owned shadows. Welcome to MicroPulse, where real headlines meet dark twists. Near future sci-fi, social drama, and what if stories ripped from the news cycle, fiction born from reality, and nothing is off limits.
When the world looks away, a journalist's duty is to stare unflinchingly into the heart of the story.
St. Vesper doesn't look like a crime. From the air, it's perfect. White crescent beaches, a thin runway stitched through green, villas tucked into palm shade, but perfection has teeth. The island remembers things it was paid to forget. Victor Hale built his throne out here. Glass-walled office, ocean for a calendar, half his face in light, half in shadow. That was the brand.
I watched him for years. The midnight flights, the guest lists, the favors that never left receipts. People called St. Vesper a playground. I kept seeing the cage. And Hale. He wrote the rules while he broke them.
Hale didn't trade in money. He traded in gravity. Politicians, CEOs, a royal or two, they orbited. Every indulgence documented. Every weakness indexed. He was the librarian of other people's leverage. Then the orbit decayed, a raid that felt polite, handcuffs that clicked like punctuation, Hale in a cell, still smiling if you believe the guard who swore he saw it. Days later, dead. Paperwork said suicide. The clock, however, the clock didn't agree.
Suicide? No, not Hale. He was too arrogant to die in anyone's schedule, but his own. If he's gone, someone signed that check.
Spectre, St. Vesper, surveillance grid, 93% compromised, control absolute.
The voice came wired with frost, mechanical, but not indifferent. It called itself Spectre.
Midnight at 8. Call me superstitious, but the lights always flicker near cell 7. Ever since, well, you know.
Authorities maintain there is no evidence of foul play.
Sure, and I maintain I sleep fine. We all lie to keep the roof from falling.
The building groans. Buildings know when a story's being held between their teeth. Warnings arrive in flavors. The polite kind, anonymous emails asking her to move on. The cheap kind, cars idling under her window. The honest kind, you're next, blowing on a phone, she keeps face down.
Fear is useful. It tells you where the heat is. If I'm afraid, I'm close.
On her wall, the case blooms, string, photos, receipts. A web that looks like nonsense until you tilt your head. Then it rhymes.
Spectre. Logs accessed. Timeline broken. Hale's death. Falsified entry. Proceed. Trace complete. Risk level. Terminal.
The Phantom talks like a checklist. Cold, precise, almost caring, if caring wore gloves.
I didn't know if Spectre wanted to help or set me on fire, but the files they dropped were hot enough to melt doubt.
We're not debating truth, we're triaging optics. If it can't be disproved, bury it in volume. Drown the signal. Confuse the timestamps.
And the journalist.
Make her loud enough to be unbelievable.
There are factories where the product is doubt. Project Nightingale. Beautiful name. Ugly function. Not a songbird. A machine.
I thought it was just a code name. Then I saw what it did. You profile the inmates, what scares them, what breaks them, who they'd die for. You turn those answers into chains. When the chains obey, you call it recruitment.
Files decrypted. 47 assets activated. Codename Magpie.
Magpie, a scavenger with a jewel fetish. The man behind the music, if music could bruise.
Everyone has a price. Everyone can be turned.
Hale heard the tune and recognized the theft. If Nightingale kept singing, he lost the island, then the orbit, then himself.
That's why they killed him. Not because he was innocent, because he was competition.
You think a cell can hold me? St. Vesper is wired into every corner. Cut one wire, everything goes dark. One command, and everything leaks.
The clip ends mid-breath. No confession. A promise and a threat. Interrupted.
Librarian. We don't get many visitors after dinner. It's quiet, the kind of quiet that listens back. People think prisons are loud, but the library, it's a church with a heartbeat.
Somewhere, a ledger sits one shelf too low. Dust trying to remember the shape of a hand. There's a moment before you push upload, when the room feels smaller than your body. The cursor blinks. The world holds its breath, knowing one more truth could change everything.
1. I counted to 3. 1 for Hale. 1 for the people he owned. 1 for me. Then I pressed send.
The first impact is local. Her laptop warms and exhales. The second impact is global.
Alleged.
Newsrooms vibrate, social feeds careen. 1,000 anchors practice the word alleged like it's a magic spell.
Spectre. Upload verified. Impact. Global. Pursuit. Imminent.
Michael.
47 names, not a list. An indictment of a century's worth of looking away. The street outside her window
Emily.
changes temperature.
How many knew? How many paid?
Say the names.
protests bloom like night flowers. A chant finds its legs. Police lines learn the difference between order and quiet.
My father said the country breaks over and over. Our job is to keep learning how to fix it faster. I'm tired of learning. I wanted to stay.
Don't look away.
People forget that holding a sign is a form of literacy.
Don't look away.
The door you trusted becomes a mouth. The window you love becomes an eye. Safe houses are verbs that forgot how to move.
I learned a new alphabet, new Sims, new shoes, old fear. You get used to surviving the way, you get used to a limp, slowly, angrily, then all at once.
Spectre. Line compromised. Use the blue phone across the street. Third ring. Do not speak first.
If you want to live, stop asking the moon to explain the tides.
I'm not asking. I'm measuring.
I pray for the living. The dead don't need me. Hale didn't ask for prayer. He asked for a pen. I told him pens can be holy if you use them right.
In certain rooms, ink is a sacrament. Final acts rarely announce themselves. Sometimes they arrive as a sound only one person hears.
I lit a candle, not for prayer, for light that didn't have a serial number. I pressed record. This is Lena Voss. Victor Hale was murdered to protect the powerful. The files are real. Don't let them bury the truth.
Transmission confirmed. Risk level absolute. Outcome unknown.
And then everything after became rumor. Did they take her? Did she take herself away? Institutions rewrite endings quickly, and they believe them completely.
Hale left a ledger, not a file, a book, hidden in the prison library. If you're hearing this, find it. That's the key.
Spectre. Ledger. Coordinates. Partially corrupted. Retrieval probability. Variable. Persistence. Recommended.
Paper. Ink. Gravity. Things that look small until you hold them near fire.
There's a sound the door makes when it's opened by the wrong hand. Like a word mispronounced by someone who thinks they invented the language. I heard that sound the night Hale died. I noted in the report, I heard something else.
Sometimes the truth is a coin you hide in your mouth because your hands are shaking. St. Vesper sleeps like an animal that learned long ago how to pretend. The runway glows like a quiet threat. The dock hears a boat thud softly and calls it tide.
I used to think the island was a body and the buildings were scars. Now I think it's a mouth, and we've only heard one word.
Residual surveillance heartbeat detected. Low. Persistent.
On the cliff where Hale timed his sunsets, the wind keeps an appointment with the past. Victor Hale built an empire out of shadows. Lena Voss tried to drag those shadows into the light. Spectre proved that even ghosts can carry water for the living. And you stayed to listen. If this story pulled you in, be here when the next one steps out of the dark. Subscribe to MicroPulse, ring the bell so the signal knows where to find you. And tell us, what do you think happened to Lena Voss? Because the shadows aren't done talking, and neither are we.